Okay, so I just shared grade level folders with each of you, and I'm sure you're like, man, I've already done this so many times. I have all these resources on my Google Drive. Now I got to make copies of everything. And I would urge you, please do not make copies. You don't want the same file in your Google Drive multiple times. You don't want copies of the same thing. There is a beautiful way that Google Drive lets you put the same file in multiple folders. This is so much better than making a copy, especially if it's something that's editable, like a Google Doc or a Google Slide. If you make a copy of it, let's say copy A is shared with you and Dr. Winky. Okay, well then that copy, whenever Dr. Winky edits it, you'll see it in that first version, in version A. But if you make a copy of it, now you have version B, Dr. Winky will no longer have access to it. And so if you're looking at copy B and she's editing copy A, it's not going to have the changes aren't going to show up. So you don't want to have multiple copies of things because it makes it a nightmare. You want one version in multiple places. So here's how you do it. For right now, you can see that these are empty folders. All of them are empty. So I'm going to try to put this one image into two locations. To do that, if I just right click, you'll see my only option is to just move it. That will literally just transport it to a different place. I want it to be represented in multiple places. So if I click on it, hold down Shift Z, you can now see that this magical add button appears. Before it was just a blue move, now it's a green add. So if I go to my drive and I want to add it to these resources and I want it to be in grade 1, add. Perfect. So now you can see it's here, but it's also in here. And you're probably like, okay, but how do I know that that's not just a copy of it? Because it looks like a copy. If I click on it, I can either right click and go to details, or I can click on it once and go over here to where it says details. And you can see that it's in two locations. It's this one thing is, and here's a picture of that one thing. It is in this folder and this folder. And you can keep going too. So if I went here, clicked Shift Z, and I put it in a different folder, maybe I want it to be in second grades too, add here, move. You can now see if I click on it, it's in 3 different folders. And I can keep going. I can add it to as many folders as I want. So now it's in this Eureka folder too. The only thing I would caution you on is if I go to delete and remove it, it's going to remove it from all 3 folders. So don't do that. So if I click remove, you can watch it. It won't be anywhere. If I go back to the front, it's gone. If I go back to here, it's gone. So don't do that. So I undid it so you can see it. But so now it's still in 3 places. If you don't want it in a certain place, maybe I don't want it in the main folder anymore, I can just remove it from that one folder and it'll still be here and here. So just be careful when you're doing that. But otherwise, it's super fantastic to be able to have basically, it's like a shortcut or a link to the same exact resource just in multiple folders.